It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, June 16th, 2020. It's 7 a.m. and welcome to Down on the Corner program.
Another beautiful morning. I can live with these mornings. I like it.
67 degrees, a little bit of cloud cover. Very nice.
It's very nice. If you were a camper type of person and you like going out and tenting it, now would be the time.
A camping person, not a camper.
Well, yeah, true. My wife would disagree, though. She's a camper.
Camping is a
person.
tent.
I'm a tent person. She's a camper person.
Half a dozen steaks around that thing and prop it up.
There you go.
I got a 1953 J.C. Higgins from Sears.
There you go.
The good old smelly
I would be
canvas
probably
tip.
a little worried about the rainstorms unless you've re-waterproofed it, but
Get a little Scotch guard on it,
there you go.
Oh, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale off your host, Scooter Callis over here in the driver's seat. How many inputs today? 50? 55?
Let's see what I've got. I am using 44 today.
Slacker.
I got 51 available.
Slacker.
Using 44.
Listen to I use that many at church. Oh, anyway, we're brought to you by your local hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. The very best in home appliances, yard care equipment, tools, home entertainment. What am I missing?
Anything inside or outside the home. Period.
Bar none.
If he doesn't have it in stock, he can definitely get it. And let me tell you, he'll track it down and fix it.
He hasn't got that old bloodhound instinct, does he?
He does. He does. It's just fun to go over there. I
love it.
Got to know JR pretty good, and they're just a fun group. They're going to give you a hard time when you come in.
Good.
It's just about having a good time and having everybody relax. But good thing with him is to have a local hometown store where they can work everything right there in-house. He doesn't send anything off. He's been doing this for years. He knows what he's doing with your appliances or your mowers or whatever, and they do all their repairs right here in-house.
Remember the days when you had repair shops all up and down Main Street, TV, radio, lawn care?
Yeah, now a lot of that TVs
Remember
and
Andy
stuff,
Griffith's
and now
show
all
and
disposable.
Emmett's Fix-It Shop? In the latter years, Emmett Clark
I don't remember that one.
Right, that Floyd the barber in real life, he had a stroke and had to leave the show. So they had this other character called Emmett when they went color in late 65, 66. Emmett's Fix-It Shop. He'd fix an alarm clock, he'd fix a toaster, a vacuum cleaner. Fix-It Shop. Remember those?
There used to be those shops, though. I mean, there used, like you said, there used to be a lot of TV repair shops.
Oh,
You take your TV in, now you just throw it away and buy another one.
Buy another one, it's all disposable.
Or disposable anymore.
Well, when you get ready to throw that TV away, go to Sears and buy a new one. Check out your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East. Up on the hill behind Wendy's. Call them at 425-3191. Same parking lot as Orscheln's out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. And the maintenance agreement program, $175 for a year, covers 5 appliances or 5 devices per hour.
5 appliances in the house. They'll come in and check your refrigerators, your washer and dryers, whatever you need them to look at, and they'll maintain it, making sure that they're running efficient, everything's clean, everything's good to go. And that makes a big difference on your electrical bill.
It sure does. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. A refrigerator that's got a claw coil or whatever is not going to be cooling down the way it needs to, and it's going to be using a lot more electricity.
Keep them clean. Call your local hometown Sears store. Stop by and visit with them. Once again, they're at 1029 Highway 62 East, up on the hill behind Wendy's, 425-3191. The very best in home appliances, home entertainment, lawn care equipment and tools and other items. Stop by your local Sears store today. Hey, we want folks to come down from West Plains and Gainesville and Yellville. Come on over, Salem.
He's got people coming from everywhere, mainly because he does his own repairs.
There you go. All right, check them out. Hometown Sears store right here in Mountain Home. We're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. You can do the same thing. 2 locations to serve you right now. Both are drive-thrus. Of course, we got the hospital lobby that has a Brewed Awakening coffee shop in it, but that's wait until the virus ends, Anyway, excuse me, 2 locations to serve you. The best coffee in town, Bomber Boulevard and 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness. Mike and the staff do a great job at all 3 locations, and you can drive through 2 of the 3 right now. and enjoy the best coffee in town. The mochas, the lattes, the frappuccino, pumpkin spice, French vanilla.
All your foo-foo coffee.
Even butter lattes, whatever.
They do have regular coffee. You never bring that up, but they do have regular
Well, I've got
black
regular coffee right here.
But they also have every line of foo-foo coffee that you're looking for.
Stop by and have coffee with us sometime. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive right here in Mountain Home. It's on Commerce Drive is between Pizza Hut and Pizza Inn. Head north right next to the meat shop. Meat shop's right out the back door over here. Stop by, have coffee with us sometime, and enjoy Brewed Awakening coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. My guest staff do a good job.
They do.
I'm all over. They've been with us for many years. Appreciate his sponsorship and supplying us with coffee for so many years. Brewed Awakening coffee is the very best coffee in town. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Across the state, 29 to serve you, with one in Memphis, Tennessee. Right here in Mountain Home, you talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, anyone there can help you. It's a tough situation, the death of a loved one. And what do I do? Where do I go? What happens now? Talk to Rollers. Pre-plan, whatever it may be. Emergency situations, let them handle it. When they say with all due respect, it's just not something we print across the base of the TV screen. It's how they do business. With all due respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Great folks across the state ready to serve you. And like I say, don't forget to pre-plan. May have an elderly loved one that their time is near. You just don't know exactly when. So get the pre-planning done. Roller Funeral Homes can assist you with that as well. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, they bring the morning prayer each and every day. So let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, when at a wedding, the bride comes down the aisle, the people stand. When the president comes in the room, same thing, people stand. At Christmas, when the Hallelujah chorus is played and sung, we stand. Why? Because of respect. Some churches ask the people to stand when the Bible is read, all because of respect. Some think it's okay to take a knee or sit during the national anthem. To them, it may seem okay, but do they really realize how many people they show disrespect to just to make a point? To protest a war, John and Yoko stayed in bed for a week. They didn't respect our flag. Lord, all lives matter, even the unborn. I pray you help us to make our voices heard, but to be peaceful and respectful. That's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now
hang on, we got guests in the lobby, so you have, okay.
I might make the guest do it. No.
Careful now. Here we go.
Dun, dun, the weather.
You were in the pool too long last night.
Yeah, I was.
That trumpet got rusty.
Little bit off. Let's see if our guests go ahead and try that.
Hey, can you do a trumpet? Pete? Hey!
There you go. Better than me.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetiredArkansas.net.
You didn't have much competition to go against.
He had no competition. Take a peek at the White River. Hey, no fog today.
Got a little bit in the back.
Hey, like that cloud cover. Isn't that cool? Look at the wind currents carrying the clouds across. You're looking into Baxter County, Arkansas, Cotter, Arkansas from Marion County. Of course, the camera's mounted in Marion County looking at the White River. 62412 bridge on the left side of the screen. And you see the river come through the city of Cotter, the little clearings of baseball park, picnic area, and railroad museum there. You see some...
The way the water comes around and kind of that horseshoe, it looks like Cotter Island.
Cotter Island. It sure does. The clearing on the right-hand side, I think, is the railroad maintenance area there. And then, of course, you've got the city of Cotter in the middle, and I went down to the little First Baptist Church down there Sunday to visit Pastor down there. He's going to be on the show coming up either later this month or in July sometime, try to help them out.
Contractors Trust that's down there, too, and they get all their lumber from the railroad.
Yeah,
Stop there.
That's right. Yeah, the road's right there. Railroad's right there. Now, you can go to retiredarkansas.net, click on the live cam. You can look at this all throughout the day. There's a little camera icon. You can take a still shot of it, and you share it with friends and tell friends about Cotter, Arkansas, and Baxter County, and other good things about North Arkansas.
It's really cool to go is when there's a storm, there's lightning going on, and you can bring up this.
Oh, we got the. Well, I think I still got the picture of the funnel cloud going over that time when the tornado came, or had a.
That's when it's cool to watch.
So, wow, pretty picture today. Check it out, retiredarkansas.net. Bob and Linda Zadora, the award-winning Z-Team, and they need listings. If you're thinking about upgrading, downsizing, whatever it may be, call them now, 870-405-0793. Doesn't cost anything to talk. Whether you're in Arkansas, Missouri, doesn't matter if you're in Marshall or Mountain View, Arkansas. You could be in Mountain View, Missouri, or Gainesville, or anywhere in between. The team is ready to go. They're ready to help you today. The team is assembled and ready to serve you in either state, Missouri or Arkansas. The Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, for all your real estate needs.
Right now, they're one of the lowest MSL numbers that they have, that they've had in a long time.
Yeah, well,
they just don't have as many.
Barely over 300 listings, and I remember when
they're selling everything they get their hands on. I mean, that's
when
right
we were still
now.
doing the radio before we moved over here to XL7 TV. There was 1,017, 1,020.
Now we got like 300 and something.
Barely 300. So
if you're interested and you're looking at downsizing, making a change, or whatever. Now it's time to get your house listed because they are going.
And Linda's a professional stager, so they can help set the house, with your permission, of course, to set it up for that eye appeal that gets it sold. Sometimes they don't even put the sign in the front yard. So we've got a buyer, sign here and go get the buyer, and boom, you're done, Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, for all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. They bring you the morning weather each and every day, and today is no exception. So we've got 67 degrees right now in Mountain Home, 66 at Harrison, 62 in Batesville. Wow. 64 at Salem, 67 at Calico Rock, flipping at 66, 63 at Marshall. West Plains checks in at 64. My goodness, look at St. Louis, 54 degrees in St. Louis, 57 in Poplar Bluff. Man, I'd have every window in the house open and the fans going like crazy. Cool it down. Wouldn't it be nice? 68 at Springfield, 57. 10 degrees difference between here and Watford City, North Dakota. Unbelievable. Nice, cool spring going on. Refresh. Got to do this every day. People say, why don't you refresh it before you go in the air? I do like 8 times. And I still got to refresh it. So it's just something I got to put up with. Precipitation across the country. What have we got going on here? Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, and Montana with some showers right now. Believe it or not, we'll get to Montana in just a little bit where they have a winter weather advisory.
What?
You'll see it. Yeah, believe it or not. Here we go. Yeah. Shower activity in Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, a little bit in South Carolina. Other than that, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois is all clear right now. We'll zoom in on Arkansas and check those highways for you real quick. 62-412, looks like it's in pretty good shape. Highway 65 to Branson from Little Rock looks good there. We've got Highway 67-167. They run together for Little Rock and split at Batesville. And going up to Poplar Bluff and in St. Louis. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 550. I missed one. 30, 40, 49, 55, 555, 530. All in Arkansas. Look like they're in pretty good shape. State of Missouri, I-44, 49, 70, 55. All look like no precip right now. In Illinois, I-57, I-64, East St. Louis, Illinois East towards Mount Vernon in good shape. I-24 at Caro. No problems there.
I'm going to kind of sum this up. If you're in Arkansas or Missouri, it's all clear.
It's all clear. There you go.
How did that go?
There you go. Here we go. Red flag warnings, most of the desert areas out west, but in Montana, I'll look you right here. I'm going to click on this. We got just a minute here. Winter weather advisory and a winter storm watch. The purple area down here is your advisory, and this right here, Butte, Boulder, Dillon, Salmon, Hamilton, Missoula, all with a winter storm watch. Welcome to Montana.
That is crazy.
Is that something? And so, why did my computer just lock up? Guess I better refresh that. We ain't going much farther. They ain't going to work.
What's it doing?
It's
They refreshed the screen.
It's not doing anything. There we go. Finally got out of it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Gotta love computers. We'll take a quick look at the White River at Batesville. It's in pretty good shape. 8.8 feet, no problems there. I don't think we have any flooding issues. So we'll move on to iDrive, Arkansas. We have a little bit of, we got an accident here north of Nashville, Arkansas. Take 2 on Highway 26, 2.1 miles east of State Highway 369. All lanes impacted. Arkansas State Police Troop G working on that right now. And Missouri Department of Transportation, they're still working on J Highway, which is Highway 201 north of Mountain Home. Current pollen index today, 4.9, grasses, dock, plankton. Tomorrow, 5.1. Lake levels, Bull Shoals at 693.82, which is 34.82 above a full pool of 659. Norfolk checks in at 578.95, 26.95 above a full pool of 552. Virus update, we're holding about the same. Baxter County, we've got 14 in Baxter, 2 positive in Marion, 7 in Searcy County. We have 11 positive with 9 recovered over in Stone County. Yesterday had an 86% recovery rate so far. We've got 20 positive in Izzard, 18 recovered. And we have 9 and 7 with 2 currently going on right now. 12,917 in the state. Active is 4383 with 8,352 recovered. So we have twice as many recoveries as active cases, with 182 that have passed away due to the virus state of Arkansas. Okay, what am I missing? Oil prices today, $37.73. It's up 61 cents a barrel. And West Texas crude, I think we're pretty well covered other than this PSA I got to get out real quick. Parking lot basket bingo fundraiser for the Van Meter Senior Center will be Saturday the 27th of June, open to the public. Entry to parking lot begins at 7:45. Must have a reservation to enter. You do that by calling 870-424-3054. Concession sales of drinks and light snack items also will benefit the Van Meter Senior Center. This is a basket bingo. Bingo begins at 8:30. 10 games including 1 coverall for $5 donation for first book, $5 for each additional book. Van Meter Senior Center at 1101 Spring Street. For more information, call the reservation number at 424-3054. All right. Did we get it all in there?
I think so.
Time for a break. Be right back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm, be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because I don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
$7:21, and we want to welcome Diana Tate and Pete Reynolds from Real Life Church Reach Center. Is that correct? Reach Center? Is that right?
Yes.
Tell us about the Reach Center.
Well, we had our grand opening on March 1st, right before the virus hit. So just kind of started to get traction over there when that came up. And we are trying to now get everything started and running again. The goal over there is to offer people a hand up in that we teach them some life skills, basic budgeting. We're going to have cooking classes, parenting classes down the road. This month we have basic budgeting, we have an employment class, and we're going to do a basic automotive care class. And all of the classes are free to the public, and we just want to be able to provide people with education to help them better themselves.
Budget, cooking, employment, auto maintenance, and what else did I miss?
Parenting.
Parenting.
Mm-hmm.
What have we done in the last 25 to 30 years to screw this up? I mean, budget. Okay, if you make this kind of money, don't spend more than what you take in. And that's where you get in trouble with credit. Cooking. I mean, hey, I can make one mean bologna sandwich, let me tell you,
Well, Dale, you're right. A lot of the things that we teach are common sense issues. But the issue with common sense nowadays is it's not so common. In high school, we don't teach people how to manage their money. And that's where we come into play. When I went to junior high school, we didn't have classes that taught us, here, this is how you balance a checkbook, or here, this is how you spend less than you make. There aren't those classes available. And so there's a definite need, not only in our community, but in other communities as well, to help people manage their finances. How do they, put together a plan that allows them to spend less than they make? How do they prioritize that spending so that they can stay on track and come out ahead at the end of every month?
Too much of a gotta have it now type of world. I've been wanting a Gresh Country Gentleman guitar since 1967.
Yes, well,
and I'm still waiting.
Yeah. Look at the businesses that are on Main Street. Just drive down the road. We've got fast food places. A little town of 12,000 people. I couldn't tell you how many fast food restaurants we have here in town. Mm-hmm. Okay, how many, not to pick on any businesses, but rent-to-own places. Or we want it now. We can't go out and buy it, but we can afford the payment. And people think if we can afford the payment, well, then we can afford it. But that's not how we get ahead from a financial perspective. If you can't write a check for it, we probably don't need to be buying it.
No, that's, $3,300, $3,400, $3,500 for the guitar I want. One of these days when I save the money, I might get one. Mm-hmm. And that'll do without. So, I mean, you've got, and cooking.
I would say with the cooking, there's not the sit-down meal that there used to be.
That's sad.
For families typically in the evening. Everyone is busy, running in different directions. There's a lot of fast food, a lot of prepackaged things, and kind of the art of cooking and planning out meals is a lost art, and that's what we're hoping to help people out with.
I remember, of course, I grew up in southern Illinois outside of St. Louis, and, Mom would start cooking supper about 4:30, 4:45, because Dad would walk in the door from St. Louis. He drove about 35 miles a day. Or 35, I don't know, 35 miles one way, I don't know. Anyway, when it was time, when Dad got home, it was about time for supper, so we knew when we saw that car pull in the driveway, it's time to go wash our hands and clean up and go sit down and eat. I mean, if you had dirt behind your ears, you cleaned that too before you ate. Every night. Have we damaged the family unit to the point we can't even sit down and have an evening meal?
That is a great question. It's tough nowadays, especially when we have families where both the mom and the dad are working just to make ends meet. In a lot of instances, we have either the mom or the dad have single moms, single dads, living off of one income, and it's tough. Society, if we go back and look at the rate of overall income growth versus inflation, it doesn't match up. It is tough. It is very tough to get ahead nowadays.
I've told this story a million times, but we had this little grocery store called Park and Shop. It's out in O'Fallon, Illinois. Right across the highway, you could see the Illinois Central Railroad tracks, a beautiful cornfield. But this was wintertime. It was already dark. It was about 7 o'clock at night. Me and my brother were helping putting the bags of groceries in the back of a huge 65 Chrysler, a big old car, and putting those bags. Mom gets in and says, groceries were $23 this week. We shoved bags of groceries in the back of that car, and that was a Friday night, and that would last us till a week from Sunday, at least.
You can't go to Walmart and spend less than $100 now.
Well, peanut butter,
Yeah,
jelly,
I
bread,
can't
and milk.
go. I can't go to Walmart to buy one thing and come out at $23.
What do you
It
think
ain't
about
gonna
it?
happen.
Peanut butter's what, say 4, jelly's 3, there's 7, bread is 2, you're at 9 already, gallon of milk is 4. You already run up half of what we spend in a week. And another time, Mom said, Dad would carpool to save money on gas. Okay, so the car's getting 11, 12 miles per gallon maybe, and it had a 26-gallon tank. Mom says, oh, you drive to work this week, out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, you going to fill up? No, $5 will be enough. Think about this. He's driving 76 miles a day. So let's say 80 miles times 3 is 240 miles, $5 on a car getting barely 10, 11, 12 miles per gallon. It's 24 cents a gallon.
Yep.
What have we done to ourselves?
Well, that's what I'm hoping with the budgeting class, that will help people that are struggling financially to be able to take a look at what they have, how they can maybe trim some of their expenses, maybe ways that they can make some extra money to make that balance for them. And then in the cooking classes, we're offering one that's going to be budgeting and meal planning. And you were talking about going to Walmart and not being able to spend under $100. That's a reality for most people.
No.
And so if there's a way that we can help, then we want to do that for families. But one way is, just helping them learn how to see what they have on hand, how they can plan meals out of that. And
Do you have anything what's necessity and what's non-necessity?
definitely.
Because milk, I would think, would be a necessity. Ice cream would be a non-necessity. Bread would be a necessity.
But you also got to look at even a lot of the necessities right now are so high. I mean,
I know.
You look at any beef product,
Oh, God.
and you're going to pay out of the roof for it. I mean, it's just crazy. And some of these people that are already struggling, this makes it tougher. I mean, you got to look at options that are more practical price range than beef would be.
Well, and a lot of times, what we're finding, it's the priority of spending. And so what we teach is a concept called the 4 walls, where number one, we're going to pay our rent or our mortgage. We have to have a house over our heads or a roof over our heads. Number 2, we're going to buy food. Okay, and we go into that in details in the class, but we're going to buy food, and we go into details as far as what food are we going to buy. How do we prioritize the spending on food, kind of like what Scooter said. Number 3, utilities. We got to keep the lights on. We're in Arkansas, in the south, in the summertime. It gets hot. We want to have the AC going. In the wintertime, we want to keep it warm inside. So we're going to pay our utilities. And number 4, we want to keep the car running. so we can get to work and get home. And that's where we start, and then everything else is kind of a rock, paper, scissors type approach to get those things covered. But one of the things that I like asking the class is this. I have them count their debt payments, credit cards, student loans, even the house payment, this payment, that payment. Then ask them one question. What would your life look like if you didn't have any payments?
Oh, boy.
And then I just shut up and watch their faces. And just that feeling that they have knowing that, hey, maybe if we did something about this, there might be some freedom on the other side of it. And then we help them develop a plan to get through that, to be able to pay off those debts, to free up additional income to do some of the things that they all want to do.
And the one main thing I think that most people have to realize is, it's going to be tough making that decision because there's some sacrifices. There's a lot you're going to give up now for a reward later.
Yes.
And,
yes.
You like that feeling of when you mentioned, hey, how about having no debt? And you get that feeling of, oh, this would be nice. But at some point, you're going to have to pay to get there. You're going to have to contribute. You're going to have to cut things back. You're going to have to sacrifice things in order to reach that goal.
I got to tell you a quick story. I'm going to pick on a few folks here, but, hopefully in the long run it'll help. Years ago, down at Harps, used to pay the light bill, the power bill down at Harps at the tobacco shop. So I'm standing in line, I got my check all written, got the bill right there, and there's this guy in front of me on an oxygen tank, and he's banging on with a cane and like this. I thought, oh man, this poor guy. Wish I could afford to pay his electric bill for him. Gets up at the counter, I need 2 cartons of Campbell non-filters. I thought, what? $78 a carton. $78 a carton. Now, if you got, I was buying somebody at Dollar General the other day. They bought 2-pack cigarettes, $7 a pack. 2-pack a day habit. You're looking at $14 a day times 7. You're at $98 a week. Times 4, you're at $392 a month. $400 a month for cigarettes on a 2-pack a day habit at 7 a pack.
Sometimes to win with money, there are behaviors that have to be learned. Sometimes there's habits that need to be broken. And people have to get to a position in their lives to, excuse me, to make a decision of, I want to win more than I want the cigarette. Or I want to win more than I want whatever it is I'm spending money on. They have to get to that point in life where they say, I've had enough. I want something better for my life. A lot of times, in especially this part of the state, we're not exactly an economic hotbed in north central Arkansas. We have a lot going for us, but we're not northwest Arkansas. We're not Conway. We're not Jonesboro. Right. There's not a lot of high-paying jobs floating around in this part of the state. So there are sacrifices that we need to make if we want to win. But experiences are that sometimes the people we're working with have experienced generational poverty, where they learn these behaviors from their parents, who learned it from their parents, who learned it from their parents.
Oh, yeah.
And at some point in time, if they want something different, they have to put their foot down and say, enough. We're doing things differently.
I've seen it in southeast Missouri growing up. My grandparents retired in southeast Missouri. Been going to Neelyville, Naylor, and Poplar Bluff all my life. And that was the mindset you get between Corning, Arkansas, and just South Poplar Bluff. Oh, well, that's how it is. I can't do no better than what Mom and Dad or Grandpa and Grandma did. It's just like they were set in a rut for the last, since World War II.
And we want to tell them, you can do better.
Yeah.
You absolutely can, but we have to change some things. We have to think differently. We have to alter our mindset. We have to live off of a plan. We have to give every dollar that we spend an assignment. We have to keep track of our income, keep track of our expenses. We have to plan for things. The whole I want it and I want it now mentality, that has to go by the wayside. It is possible to do things with money if we're willing to live off a budget and if we're willing to plan. But the American society, we're so used to just making the payments. A lot of people, it's unheard of for them to go buy a car without making payments on it. They don't think that's possible. They haven't seen it. It is possible. A lot of people, they buy furniture for their house, and they think, I just got to make a monthly payment on that, and it's okay. But it's not. That's not how you win with money.
Peter, are you telling me that people look, it's just another monthly payment? If you add up the monthly payments, what's that total by the 30 or 30?
And that's the thing. I mean, you get, and most car dealers and most rent-to-owns don't want you looking at the bottom line. And most people that are coming in looking for payment plans aren't looking at the bottom line.
No.
They know better than to look at that bottom line, because you're going to be paying.
How much interest you got in a rent-to-own?
That's what I'm saying. You're going to be paying
Mm-hmm.
close to 3 times what the original cost is on something to finance it.
You're absolutely right.
And they're worried about the payment, and they're scared to see that bottom line because they don't want to see it. They know it's going to be high, but all they care is, can I make this payment? Can I afford to have this item? And it's about the payment. It's not about what the item costs.
Yeah, we don't understand sacrifice. I didn't understand sacrifice. 10, 12, 15 years ago, I have no clue. I tell the class the only qualifications I have to teach the class is the fact that I made about every mistake with money known to man. Went through the school of hard knocks basically, and had to work and fight our way through it to get out on the other side of it. But you're right. When it comes to payments, if you can't afford to pay for it, can't afford it. We have to get to a point in our lives where if we want to win with money, we don't borrow money. It's just not an option. Take it off the table.
There you go. Let's take a break. 7:36. Be right back.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we have installed a convenient drive-through window for all your to-go and pick-up orders. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and ask us about our daily specials for a low price to feed the whole family. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is, Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. 4-wheel suspension. Handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
7:40. We're talking with Pete and Diana from Real Life Church Reach Center, and the life skills. I'm gonna pick on auto maintenance because that's my past forte of maintenance. I've seen kids nowadays. Hey, hand me that 3/8 drive ratchet with a 6-inch bar and a 1/2-inch 6-point socket. Huh?
It's all metric nowadays.
Yeah. Okay. 15 millimeter. There you go.
Just don't ask for a 10 millimeter socket. You won't be able to find one.
But and they make fun. There's one of the insurance commercials where two kids are out, and they're on the cell phone. Is this a lug wrench? Come on, I knew what a lug wrench was when I was 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we dumbing down? And you think it's, look at this, he don't even know what a lug wrench is.
There's probably a shift in knowledge in our culture. Like my 10-year-old son, he can reprogram a smartphone and do things to a computer that I didn't even know were possible. But all he knows, a car, you just turn the key and it starts and runs, and that's all you do with it. So I think the knowledge has shifted from hands-on things that you and I grew up with
Condenser,
to more,
caps, motors, plug wires, plugs.
Yep, to more a
Did you
digital
ever do a
area.
carburetor? You ever wear a carburetor?
I had a rule of thumb: if it had a carburetor, I didn't touch it. I tried rebuilding a carburetor once, and it actually shot gas up through the carburetor and flames out. And it was fun.
What kind of carburetor?
I have no idea.
Carter AFBs are easy.
I don't know what it was. All I knew is I didn't do it right. So.
What's your favorite
And
carburetor?
I do want to clarify this, though, because I don't think that to look at it as people are dumbing down, because they're not. They're just... people are smarter in other areas. They're putting their interests into other areas, like computers. I mean, you look at these kids today, my gosh, what they can do with computers and what they can do with that stuff that I wasn't doing at their age. I mean, I've had to learn as I got older just how to run the basic stuff. But I think that
your kids don't know what a lug wrench is, though, right?
Yeah, my kids, they know how to...
Can both your son and daughter change a flat tire?
They can change a flat tire. They can check their fluids. They can, that's me making sure that these are the essentials you need to know. Now, can they go in there and rebuild a carburetor? No. It's just not. We're not in that era.
Even if I had a Carter AFB, I want to have the instruction manual there.
Well, yeah, you've done it. You've been there, but my kids couldn't do carburetor. They couldn't even swap one out. They wouldn't know where to start.
Really? But Scooter, what your kids could do is they could find the resources online through YouTube or wherever else to get instructional videos and step by step walk themselves through it if they had to.
I've learned to love YouTube.
Well, Diana, tell us about the parenting issues. What's that about?
We have actually a parenting room at the Reach Center.
Parenting room?
A parenting room.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It is furnished. We have a therapy swing, a therapy ball. It's even got a small, jungle gym in there. We have the room available for parent reunification visits.
What's that?
For DCFS, Department of Children and Family Services, we allow them to use that room for reunification visits for the parents whose children are in foster care. And ideally, down the road, we want to offer parenting classes to be able to provide assistance in those toddler and teenage years.
What are taught? I mean, what are we teaching here?
For the parenting classes, how to handle behavior issues and appropriate ways to discipline and connect with your children.
My dad
is spanking still appropriate? Because not it needs to be.
That belt, whack.
Right.
Lesson learned.
The wooden spoon was the weapon of choice in my house when I was growing up, and it was quite effective.
Belt, paddle.
Fly swatter.
Yeah. The what?
Fly swatter.
Fly swatter, yeah. Ping pong paddle. But if you got in trouble at school, you got in trouble at home. The proverbial in the 60s, the note from the teacher. You're doomed.
Probably steer away from those things for the parenting classes.
I think with a lot of things like that, I don't teach the parenting class, so I'm kind of encroaching on Diana's area there. But I think in where we're at today as a society and where we're at, the individuals that we're working with, the number one, I think, overarching thing with disciplining children is a relationship. If a parent especially a parent who's not in the day-to-day picture, doesn't have a relationship with the child, the approach from a discipline standpoint needs to be much different than the parent that the child lives with on a day-to-day basis. So I think those are some of the things that the Reach Center is teaching on the parenting class.
Are we reaping the benefits of the Woodstock generation? I've asked several people this. Y'all may be too young to remember Woodstock in '69. There's a big rock festival up in New York. It turned out to be a mud fest, drug fest, free sex, all this stuff going on in New York. And after it was over, I mean, yeah, the music was great, but the mess and the aftermath was ridiculous. It's the prerequisite to all the Vietnam War protests. But the drugs, the free sex, just the let your hair down and anything goes type of proposition. In my opinion,
there was a study that was done in the mid-late 90s under the Clinton administration. I would reference it, but I'm going to butcher it. But what this study did was it came up with what they call the success sequence. And what it says is, if you take an individual, if they graduate high school, then get married, then have their first child after the age of 21, and do it in that order, there's a 90% chance that they will never live below the poverty line.
Okay, go over that one more time. I want to make sure I heard you right.
Okay, graduate high school,
so you get
then
basic
get
education, get married,
then have your first child after the age of 21. And you do it in that order, there's a 90% chance they will live the rest of their life above the poverty line. Okay, this is not a morality issue. It's not a religious standpoint. It's fact-based information that was. The study was conducted by the United States government back during the Clinton administration, and they found this to be true. And
does that hold true now?
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely, it does. I don't have all of the stats. I mean, I can get them, but.
Okay, when it comes down to parenting, okay, let's go to the man-woman relationship here. And I've had, Jamie Leach has been here from First Step, talking about the addiction issues. And I've had other women here talking about just, I'm going to point out teenage girls. Okay, you got a 13, 14, 15-year-old girl. She may look in that mirror and she's not looking like what's on the magazines at the checkout counter or the Victoria's Secret catalog. I'm ugly, I'm never going to be loved, blah, blah, blah. And the first chance you get, they grab it. So how much of this is a social, how can I word it? Social, emotional, mental stigma. I'm never going to be loved. I'm never going to be liked.
I think that does exist, but that comes back to the parent relationship and what type of relationship do they have with that child, and are they communicating the worth and value to that child so that they're not seeking it other places.
That question kind of hits a little close to home because I have a daughter who's 14 who's struggling with those things right now, as with any 14-year-old girl.
Well, see, we lost Carlene Elliott in January of 18. My son and I actually did a 1-hour documentary here on the TV station with that and the Watson young man that passed. Bullying was a lot of this. And Carlene, she loved the rodeo, and she wanted to learn to weld. What's wrong with that? Well, she's a girl. I don't care if she's a girl. If she wants to learn to weld, I mean, I admire somebody for that,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, a lot of it has to do with the relationship with parents. I mean, my daughter's 14. My wife and I still tuck her into bed every night.
Really?
She will not go to bed without my wife and I tucking her in and saying her goodnight prayers. Wow. And that's knowing my daughter will probably do that till the day we drive her off to college. And then we'll have to do it over the phone.
FaceTime.
But that's why, the Reach Center, we're trying to be kind of a one-stop shop for all of these different issues because they are so intertwined. The budgeting side, that's kind of the world that I live in over there. That's one aspect of it. But the parenting side is huge. The meal planning side is huge. The automotive care.
Don't you?
Yes.
Wow.
One of the other things that we are working on is mentoring training. We want to be able to offer a mentor to people who would like that one-on-one relationship.
There you go. Yeah.
And it would just be someone that walks along beside them, prays with them, kind of they can bounce ideas off of them. A mentor is not someone that's doing things for you, but it's someone who is willing to listen and hopefully be able to offer some life experience.
The type of
and
advisor
wisdom.
say, okay, and to me, the mentor would say, no, you need to look at another, you know, don't just, okay, I'm going this way. Only the mentor's going to be saying, well, you need to look at another option.
Right. And a lot of times when we look at whatever scenario that is, we say, okay, I can do A or I can do B. But if we talk through it with somebody who's been there, done that, sometimes they can help us see, well, maybe there is an option C.
Yeah.
Or maybe the answer is none of the above or all of the above.
Yeah.
And talking through that with somebody who has a vested interest in your success, can be a good thing.
Better grab that last break. 7:51. We'll be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
$7.54, Diana and Peter here from Reach Center Real Life Church. What we've talked parenting, auto maintenance, cooking, budget, employment.
Yes, we are offering an employment class. It's called Employment Plan.
Employment Plan?
Employment Plan. And we are helping people just through the entire process, even, building a resume, applying online, paying attention to your social media. That's one of the big things we talk to people about. Because employers now will look at social media first when they get an application. And if they don't like what they see on your social media, they may discard you and you won't even get a phone call.
So if you're applying for employment at the Veterans Administration and you've taken a knee for the flag, kiss that job goodbye, right?
Well, just, posts of like if you're complaining about previous employers on your posts, if you're posting things that are potentially offensive or
side rail.
Yes.
We have taken Facebook, and I mean, I've seen, to me it was just tongue in cheek. You know, hey, I smacked my thumb with a hammer today. You know, how dumb can it's something to laugh at, but it's become so political and so, in some aspects, ridiculous. You know, people taking pictures of their feet. Really?
I haven't seen those yet.
But you look at it as the kids' angles too. You look at, I know a lot of coaches and stuff for the school that's, you know, you're wanting to try out for this program, they're going to look you up on Facebook. And if you're out of line there, you've lost your chance there too.
Well, if you're an employer and you know you're looking at Facebook, this person that you hire represents your business, and so you want people.
You want positive, happy people,
right? That are going to be the face of your business.
The mental state of that person, which is exemplified on Facebook, it's like, oh, I got a migraine headache today, or I did this or this hurt. No, you know, if you've got somebody that's happy, mentally stable. You know what I'm not. I say mentally stable. I mean, everybody gets down.
Right.
You know, like, oh, you know, I can't believe this is going. You know, we all get down in the dumps, so to speak. But you're looking for that stable person.
Correct. And another thing that we offer is interviewing skills, and we allow participants to sign up to do a mock interview if they want to. That way they can kind of get those jitters out and also get some feedback on how well they
We'll
interview.
bring y'all in sometime and just do a mock interview on TV just to see how it's done.
It'd be fun.
Let me do the interview. Let me do it.
You can interview me and we'll see which one ends up surviving that.
I'll get it scheduled.
We could show a good interview and a bad interview.
We'll come up with it. We'll do it.
Compare the two.
Yeah.
But
that's something like that would be good on Facebook from the real life standpoint on the Reach Center. You know.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
But right now we're offering the employment class 4 times a month. We're doing it the second and fourth Monday of the month. We have a 9 a.m. and a 6 p.m.
Good.
And then we're offering the budgeting class the same way, the first and third of the month, with those 2 class offerings.
Boy. Budgeting, cooking, employment, auto maintenance, parenting.
One of the other things I wanted to mention
About 2 minutes.
is we're allowing Serenity to do a support group at the Reach Center on Thursday evenings, and that is open to all victims of domestic violence, past and present.
Don't get me started on that one.
But it's a safe place for them to
me.
come and get some education about the cycle of violence, and also be able to talk with people who've been there and get encouragement and share their stories. So that's offered at the
And
Reach
there's some
Center
issues
as well.
right now with the COVID-19 and the quarantine that domestic violence is up in the county, and it's not good.
And children too.
And children, you know. What do we got? 1 minute?
1 minute.
Less than a minute. Thanks for being here. A lot of good.
Thank you for
discussion.
having us.
A lot of fun.
Yeah,
We need
thank
to do this
you.
again. So, final thoughts?
I just hope that people come and take advantage
How can they get a hold of you?
of the classes. Our phone number is 706-9992. And then classes I'm also posting on the KTLO community page. You can sign up from that. And the RLC website, so the Real Life Church website, you can go on there, click the Reach Center tab, and sign up for classes on there as well. Or they can call.
706-9992.
Classes are free, but sign up is limited.
Yeah.
We're keeping the classes small, and I just hope people get the word out.
Time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Me too. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. We're out of time.